with his number 17.
Yeah, and running out of time. I mean, he's, you know, desperate. And you see the 36 move down just a little bit. And Yaley and Stenhouse thought he could squeeze by on the next to the wall, and he just couldn't make it. And this kid's ugly. Watch his thing.
Right on top of Ryan Newman.
Hadn't Ryan Newman had cars on top of him before here?
I think the 2009 race.
I think you're right.
Brad Keselowski and Carl Edwards coming to the checkered flag.
Start-finish line. Logano comes down into Paul Menard. One car gets up on top of a group and goes flipping over and over, and the 30 lands on its roof. That's Parker Kligerman.
Cole Witt's teammate that just wrecked in that first caution. Actually, Matt Kenseth in the 20 looks like he kicked up into Joey Logano in the 22 that turned him sideways.
Trevor Bayne, the 21, looked to me, Larry, like he was going to bump draft. Got him going. A lot of different looks here.
Hanging tough here on the restart.
Oh, here we go.
Trouble. That's Casey Kane that goes sideways. Joey Logano nowhere to go.
Oh my,
Clint
half the
Boyer
field
through
is
the grass. The big one at Daytona has happened at lap 97.
That is the huge one at Daytona.
Justin Allgaier.
Oh, and the
Denny
18
Hamlin.
gets on its roof.
And Kyle Busch rolls upside down. Wow. See the 26 car of Cole Witt, the 38 of David Gilliland.
Just having a good old time over here. Just hanging around. Okay. Just stay buckled up. Let them get you flipped over here.
That's Kyle Busch. It looks like the 16 got into the 5 a little bit too hard and just turned him. And man, what talk about getting piled up.
Watch the 3 car when we get another replay of Austin Dillon come shooting up through the middle and trying to avoid the accident.
26 of Cole Witt just got into the 18.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the bottom of the track. Jr. will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them. Oh my God. Austin Dillon into the catch fence. All the crews getting out to that car to assist these drivers. Thumbs going up from all the crew members, and the crowd roars. Look at the catch fence on the front straight. Pulling. Austin Dillon out. He's walking. The damage to the 4 of Kevin Harvick. What an incredible sight to see Austin Dillon walking away from that 3 car that is demolished.
Austin Dillon, when we watch this replay, when he gets in the catch bench, here we go, you can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front, he runs in the back of the 24, gets up on the 11, now he's on top of the 50.5, and now it's just along for the ride. Watch the car stop, watch the car stop. It gets into those poles, and it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like that's 3,500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here, after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
Just loose early on in this race, but they did settle down much better.
That straightaway. A big hit, and Jimmy Johnson goes spinning.
Down. Buscher. Oh, man.
Chris Buescher on his lid. and lands back on his wheels. Caution.
Oh, man, we saw 4 wide off the corner over there. I was afraid of this.
In this one at lap 96, 4 wide. The red number 1 of Jamie McMurray tips into Austin Dillon's number 3, which pins David Gill into the wall. Jimmy Johnson and Michael Annett go spinning. There's Annett's car into the wall. Boy, and Chris Buescher flips down the back straightaway.
That 46 hard into that safer barrier, driver's side.
Yeah, the 46 of Annett actually made contact with the 34 car, and that's what sent him spinning up into the air and flipping over and over. And then he went down, the 46 of Annett went down, made heavy contact with that inside wall. Even though there's a safer barrier, when you hit with the left side driver's side like that, still a big, big impact.
It's a sting.
Chris Buescher is okay. He walked from the car, took the mandatory ride to the care center. Oh boy, Stanley Steamer.
Whoa, there's
and around she goes into Kenseth.
Oh gosh.
Up in the air and into the wall hard.
Man, Kenseth.
Man, I thought he was going to catch the catch fence back there. The way it landed was.
I am not believing that.
He's fine, boy. You got the window net down right away out of frustration.
The fifth car back.
I think somebody makes contact with. McDowell got her in the left rear.
Yep.
Yeah, and that.
Oh no, she hit him in the right front. And when that happened, just got air underneath the car.
Is anybody left in this race?
Let's watch from the Goodyear aerial coverage, and you'll see several things happen here as Kenseth's car comes back down to earth.
I can tell you, a lot of teams are going to be freezing those shots to look underneath this car when they leave here.
No, I saw that.
And hopefully he got everything pulled in when they started heading for him.
I guess it wasn't Danica. They got the Force. Another car that maybe had some silver on it.
Bobby Labonte, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He said, I think we're going to have a fast race car. His spotter, Eddie DeHunt, just told him it's time to be greedy.
There he goes. There we go. Here we go.
Oh, upside
down.
Side.
Well, AJ, that was a humdinger.
Yes, it was, and that's there he is upside down, and I hope he's all right. I see him moving around in there.
Been upside down at Daytona one time and slid on my roof just like that, sparks flying, and I was just hoping at the last second it was going to roll back over so I could get out. But AJ's didn't do that. He was stuck upside down. Not a comforting feeling. That oil tank is right behind you. It's very possible for oil to start leaking out. You want to get out of there as fast as you can.
Looks like there were only about a dozen cars who had a chance to evade to the inside. Look at McMurray. He has a big run down.
Oh, we got one spinning.
And it's McMurray.
Got it. Bracket.
Man, that thing is flipping, rolling.
That car is junk.
You got that right.
Well,
I just hope he's
for a ride right
he
there.
had been incredibly fast. He got a huge runoff turn 2, caught a pack of cars, made a quick move, and ended up in the fence.
See the 31 of Newman with a pretty good run. No, he maybe cut a tire.
Something happened to that car. It just went around all by itself on the straightaway.
And see, what really sent that car over was when Newman hit him on the left side, it lifted the right side up and caught air.
Yeah.
And look at that car come apart against the fence.
It just disintegrates.
I mean, everything did its job of what it's designed to do. The fence kept the car on the racetrack. Car stayed intact.
Watch this car now. It's gonna turn all by itself right there.
Oh, the left rear. The left rear tire.
Yep. Right over the top of Newman's car.
Yeah. Newman and Ty Dillon both with a good bit of damage.
And Mike, the 2 fastest cars, the 1 and the 13, were both involved in that accident.
That's right. Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece. Logano on the outside.
Oh,
and Byron's around. He crashes. Caution is out.
Heavy impact to the inside wall by the 42 of Larson.
Man.
Kyle Larson, Jeffrey Earnhardt with heavy damage, and William Byron. On the last lap.
Well, that was really scary looking. That 42's floating through the air as he made it impact to that inside wall.
And the first Chevrolet to go to victory lane this year. What a hard tumble for Kyle Larson.
Oh, man. And that was after a really hard hit with that front nose to the inside wall.
It just won't stop.
So this is coming off of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Oh yeah, you can just see, looks like the 38 goes up the racetrack, makes contact with the 24 Byron. And that sends Jeffrey Earnhardt and Kyle Larson. Look at the air get under the right rear of the 42.
Wow.
Heavy contact with that right front. Left front.
That safer barrier was there. Thank goodness for that. But watch this thing. Once it starts flipping, it's like a feather. It just won't stop.
It looks like the 38 of Reagan just, I don't know if he gets loose or something. You know, obviously the car wasn't in the racetrack right there, sending him up the racetrack.
Wow.
Pretty lucky right there. William Byron didn't go upside down as you saw the car get up off the ground and then settle back down, but that was not the case for the 42 of Larson.
That's a ride, buddy.
Another hood flap flies off. Oh, goes the 18. The 42 collects the 17 as well. The 62 upside down. Brendan Gaughan upside down as he went back in front of the pack.
We're wrecked here, guys.
And the big one happens right at the front of the field.
Wow, it's crazy. Brendan Gaughan just flipped around, fortunately landed on his tires.
The 2, major damage.
That is why drivers' heart rates are through the roof on these late race restarts, these racetracks.
Yeah, the bumpers just don't line up as well as they used to with the old COT. But the pushing is just as aggressive as it's ever been and creates those type of situations.
So Kurt pushing Kyle.
It just hooked him. And
look at Brendan Gaughan just flip right over.
It's like the nose of that Chevrolet just can't quite push them straight. It just can't do it.
Yeah, the 17 goes up to side draft. I don't think that affects the 18. It's the one just pushing his brother. It peels the 18 off to the right. It looks a lot like the 24 accident. Look at the 62, a full flip back on its wheels. Thank goodness. Instantly stopped the flipping, put the car back in position. But a huge, huge accident.
Ryan Newman off turn 4 for the final time. Blaney to the outside, to the inside. Here comes Hamlin up the outside. Wow. Crash into the wall, into the air. Goes Newman.
Upside down.
In a shower of sparks on his roof. Ryan Newman comes across the line, 4th. And comes to rest. Scoring unofficial between Hamlin and Blaney as far as who crossed the finish line first. Newman got turned, went up in the air. As he came down, was hit by another car and launched skyward, coming down on his roof. The AMR safety team is there quickly to attend to Ryan Newman. Here is a look at the last lap. Denny Hamlin out in front of Newman and Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney gets to his rear bumper. Nothing that Denny Hamlin can do other than try to tuck right into the rear bumper of Ryan Blaney, which he does an excellent job of. Newman gets a pretty good run to the turn 4, but now here comes a huge run by Ryan Blaney being pushed by Denny Hamlin. He tries to go to the outside, then the inside. They lock bumpers and turns Ryan Newman around. Upside down he goes. Corey LaJoie coming along, making contact.
Just lifting Newman's car up and over. And it comes to rest on its roof. Here is the second closest finish in Daytona 500 history. Denny Hamlin, the winner in both of them. This time it is Ryan Blaney, finishing second. Blaney tried the top side, tried to get low. Ryan Newman goes around, and the car goes to its roof, and here's the on-rushing Corey LaJoie picking it up and over.
He went backwards because he chose the right. Oh, he's wrecking. Joey Logano.
Up and over.
Logano. And Keselowski
is in it.
Boy, it's just scary. Anytime that air gets underneath that car, gets it airborne like that. Thankful to see that car get back on four wheels and not have a moving around.
Grabbing the window net there. That's a good sign.
Great sign. Look how it almost peeled that roof back.
Oh, heavy damage to Ricky Stenhouse, who had a fast car today.
Yeah, but look at the 11. He moves down to try to go on the bottom, gets turns him into the Joey Logano. And then, Jeff, we've all felt it. That silence. When that car goes over, it gets really, really quiet. Not a fun sound.
And you have no idea if that car is just going to start rolling and continuing to roll, or if it's going to settle down. Luckily, that's what it did.
Let's use the Goodyear aerial coverage, see if we can see how this started.
Okay, so there's the push of the 22 by the 11. Watch the 47 get to the rear bumper of the 11. Right here, that's that sandwich we talk about. And when Denny stepped out, the 47 was still connected. And that little bit of contact is what turned Denny into the 22 of Logano.
Just a lot of pushing.
This goes back to those conversations from Daytona. Those three Penske cars, and you can include the Wood brothers in that, they wanted to stay nose to tail to end this stage. They did not, because Joey could have very easily jumped out of the line there. He had the run. He had the momentum.
And I tell you, looking back on the 11 car at Denny right there, if he wouldn't have hit Joey Logano, he would have been wrecked and out of the race.
You saw Chase Briscoe come down track trying to miss Logano, and he turned Keselowski right along.
This doesn't even seem real to me. This is like a video game.
Real to Bubba. Woo! Real close. Look out.
Wow. Ricochets off that rear window.